Hey guys, it's Matt. It's been a long time, I know. Schoolwork for masters has been killing me. It's been horrible. We had to do like a grant and stuff, so I know I've been gone quite a bit. So I'm back. A lot of good summer movies are coming out, so here we go. Today I want to talk about one of my movies I was waiting for the longest time that I was so excited for. Right after I saw the first one, I'm like, oh my god, I cannot wait for the sequel. That is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Oh my god. This movie, guys, this group of heroes, I said in my first review, I was skeptical a little bit, saying, like, I don't know if it's gonna work. They look kind of weird. There's a talking raccoon, a giant tree. Like, how is this gonna connect with audiences? So I'm glad the first one's successful. And the second one was just as good. I absolutely loved every minute of it. It was, you gotta see it. If you're a fan of the first one, it's equal. I know some people were saying, some critics were saying, like, it still had the like fun elements of the first one, but the story was kind of not mad, but like formula. I can say it had a formula that was predictable or like wasn't as original as the first one. So I kind of see that, but I still absolutely loved it. All right, so going on to the new characters, Kurt Russell, he was Star Lord's dad, Peter Quill's dad. I thought he did a great job. Kurt Russell's been really good lately in movies. He was really great in The Hateful Eight. I've always liked him, and he hasn't really nowadays. He's coming back to form. He had a little gap, I think. I don't know if I've seen. He might have had some movies scattered here and there that were like I didn't hear of or like I wasn't really interested in seeing, but he did a really good job in this movie. So kudos to him. Mantis, she was really interesting. This is the actress's first time, I believe, playing the character, so she did a pretty good job. She was a very quirky, funny character that didn't really have any social interaction skills and stuff, and she and Drax made a really good combo, so that was really funny. Who else? The new I think her name's Aisha, the really tall golden goddess. She was interesting. I want to see a little bit more of her. We saw plenty of like space fight scenes with their little video game controller ships, but I thought that was a cool touch. But other than that, I want to see a little bit more. I want to know like their backstory. One of the post credit scenes has her in it, so maybe we'll see more of her in the third one. But I know they're going to be in Infinity Wars first, so I doubt she's going to be in that. It's just going to be the main Guardians people. So, but she's an interesting character. I'd like to see more of her. Other than that, the music. What made the first one so great was the soundtrack. I didn't know a lot of the songs in this one for the soundtrack, but who cares? They were entertaining. Probably my favorite scene with the song was when Yondu and Rocket break out and that song "Come a Little Bit Closer" is playing when that arrow is just killing people right and left and just going all over the ship. That was a pretty epic scene. And then another cool music scene. I wish there were more. I wish I knew the songs more because I can think of the first scene obviously with little baby Groot dancing around while everyone's fighting the giant monster. I don't remember the name of that song. Like I said, some of the songs I'm young, so I don't know a lot of these older songs. So I still thought they were entertaining. So great soundtrack again. I definitely listened to some of them again. So good job for that. I know they were like in the mixtape volume 2 that got released before the movie, I believe. I don't know for sure. So some probably people already knew what songs were going to be in the movie, but I enjoyed it. Action was great as always. The humor between all the Guardians is just, I love their interaction so much. Rocket is my favorite character. Bradley Cooper voices him so good, and you can just I can't even tell it's like Cooper sometimes because it's Rocket. Like he embodies Rocket so much. It's like, oh, it's Cooper voice him. That's right. So perfect for him. I love him. He's funny. He's his whole scene with the traps and when they're trying to sneak up on the ship when they crash was hilarious. Baby Groot, hands down, stole the show. He was cute. He was funny. He was what's the word? Not aware of stuff a lot of time. He was not the smartest branch, but he was cute and he just stole it. That first scene it sold it for me of him dancing around when everyone's fighting for their lives. And he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna dance. This music's awesome. Blah blah blah. So good for him. He was a great team. In the post credit, we see him as a teenager, I think. So I'm gonna miss Baby Group, but it'll be nice to have adult group back that we loved in the first one. So he was a star point of the film. I don't want to say too much with the later half of the plot, but there's pretty big plot twist that made everyone in the theater gasp. Actually, I've never heard such a reaction before from a film from quite a while, actually. So it has to do with Star Wars. That's all I'm saying. Not gonna say anymore. And I audibly gasped. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. That's pretty bad. So, and the whole final fight scene was pretty awesome. Oh, one character I forgot, Nebula. I wasn't the biggest fan of her in the first film, but she really grew on me in this one. Her just like facial expressions and looks of disgust that she's hanging out with the Guardians, as she's when she's prisoner with them, was just so funny. And her character was really developed in this one, so I really appreciate that. I really want to see her again actually, because like I said in the first one, wasn't the biggest fan, but I'm a big fan now definitely, especially the sister relationship that's so complicated between her and Gamora. It really grew, really told a really good story. So kudos to that. I can go on saying more positive stuff. It was just a great film. I cannot wait for number 3 to see them in Infinity Wars. And Infinity Wars, oof, that is so many superheroes in this one. That's going to be one of the biggest films ever, I think. So I believe that comes out next year summer. So we still have a long way to go, but I'm willing to wait. All right, guys, that's my Guardians of the Galaxy 2 review. My next review will probably be, I saw Pirates of the Caribbean 5 and I saw Alien Covenant pretty recently. So in the next few days, you should see a review on those. And until then, see you later. Bye.